Trolls, they are ruining the internet. But is there anything that we can really do about them? And should we be doing anything about them at all? Andrew, what do you think?
I think trolls are ruining the internet, but that's part of the internet. I think that if you try to control them, I mean, the value of the internet is free speech, right? The value of the internet
Sure.
is that there's no barrier, everybody's their own publisher and so forth, and I just have a hard time seeing how writ large you can control a troll.
Well, let's just talk about an incident that happened recently.
Sure.
So there was the incident where the journalist was beheaded. An awful, tragic event.
Terrible. Terrible.
Awful, tragic image. And it was everywhere.
Everywhere.
And you'll remember Twitter took a hard stand.
They did. The chief executive, Dick Costello, put out a tweet saying, look, anybody sharing these photos, the accounts that are pushing them out there, we're blocking them. We're just taking them off of our service.
And what's curious about that is that Twitter has always been a platform. It's just a publisher. And in fact, it has made a virtue of the fact that it's just a publisher. This is Twitter acting a little bit more like a media publication, exercising editorial voice.
Right.
And it just strikes me that maybe it's a slippery slope. That we can all agree that that picture is pretty much not something that anybody wants to see. But then what after that do you try to control?
That's true, and I agree that Twitter has become this sort of pipe, right? This infrastructure, internet infrastructure, where you're so used to it being completely open. I just don't see how you can control that. If not this one photo, what about something else? What if somebody's teasing somebody else? What if somebody's calling somebody, using hate speech or something like that? It's just, where do you draw the line?
Right, but this is becoming a bigger and bigger problem because that is happening less than a week after Robin Williams passed away and his daughter was viciously attacked on Twitter. And she came out publicly and said, look, I'm closing down. I'm out of here. I don't know if I'm coming back.
And that's a terrible look for Twitter, right? You don't want to see high-profile users quitting. And at the same time, you don't want to see beheading pictures on the service.
We have lived in the United States long enough to understand that it took hundreds of years to create the document that we live by, that governs our society, the Constitution. We've lived on the internet for what, 20 years, 25 years?
Max.
Right. So now is the time that we need to think about how to govern the society, the internet society, how to create a set of rules by which we want to live. We need to have a better conversation about that.
We do have to have a conversation, but for me, bring on the trolls.
For a troll-free comment section, come back to Tech Debate at fortune.com.